to up, 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 up. Yes. To LCS USB audio. Okay. Should be fixed. Is it fixed? Okay, apparently. Okay. What did I do again? One of these days the French will get what's coming to them. I think the French punish themselves more than anybody else. Thank you, dear. You might want to close the door on your way out. Okay, well, let's start again. Hello, Whimsical Wyvern. How was all of your days? Blah, blah, blah. I read through chat and everything. At least it's up there. I'm not going back. Thank you very much, Nameless. I'm like, something doesn't look right. Exhausting. How about you, ma'am? Oh my gosh. I made the mistake, the fatal mistake of saying, you know what? I'm tired. I'm just going to lay down for 10 minutes before I stream, which was more like 40. But I'm here. The Kinney. He who never sleeps. Kinney puts us all to shame. So what I said before is that first thing I was going to do is go check on my breeding situation I made at the end of the last stream and see if we're functional. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel it. I feel exhausted today. It's not just that. I just, let's see. We don't have a baby. I gave you guys carrots. Make the babies. All right. I guess I'm supposed to put a fence around it too. Gore was going on this whole thing. He sent me pictures. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to be getting a lot of iron. Why would I sleep? I know, Kenny. You're amazing. You need to give them at least 8 stacks of carrots for the 8 stacks of carrots. What? That seems a bit much. Because they're empty or something? Is bread better? That's, I think, what Artie was saying. On Java, bread is better. On Bedrock, I think that carrots work better. You're supposed to watch the... Yeah. We'll get on that, Kenny. If you need to watch them, we'll see what we can do for you. You know, speaking of that, something is still bothering me about that game from the other day. Now, all the animals were turning into people figures, and the people figures were turning into animals, except the bunny girls. What was with that, huh? Did you notice that? They were not changing. I need to switch and separate my pumpkins from this so that I can use the water bucket method. It's so much faster. Carrots are for the automated farm version. It was not a furry game. You could read into it what you like. That's just where your head goes, Kenny. It's perfectly normal for people to dress up in bunny outfits and hang out at a bar drinking late at night on a beach. I don't know, bro. A lot of furry people. I'm trying not to think about that. All right. So you literally want me to go give them a whole stack at once? I got a tree I gotta chop down. For villagers to read, the best way to do that is having one farmer and one other villager, which isn't a farmer, and get them inside an 8x8 square farmland. Plant any type of crops, don't matter which type, they work the same. And then you could just wait until the farmer has 8 stacks of food, or give them the 8 stacks directly so they could start to breed right away. Here, it was long because I need to find wording well. You're fine. That's what I started doing, and then Gore bullied me into this method and said it's so much better. Bro typed a life story in that message. A story of creating life. True. Wait, how do I only have 34? I thought I put in... Yeah, okay. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna go spend the night with the villagers. Boop. Whenever y'all talking and me not replying, it's because I deleted what I significantly slower. Wait, because I deleted what I was typing that long. Anyway, the easiest method is letting them gather the crops by themselves, but it's significantly slower. Look, I already set up to have this and to make this all crops, and then I got talked out of it by Gore. So you're saying Gore is a stinky brain, and he misled me. Okay. Alright, so let's see. If I go on here, and I go to here, well, and I queue it, right? No. How do I make it, like, throw the whole stack? Gore is a control freak. Well, I don't know what Gore wanted you to do, but I doubt it'd work. Gore, defend yourself if it's untrue. I'm just a little confused is all. Maybe I'll just do it this way. Okay, guys. Let me go find... Fine. I'll go back to my way. I've always done it with, I let them kind of take care of themselves. I even made I bet it's still in my inventory, the composter. But you want one of them to not be a farmer? They can't both be farmers? No, I'd never say such a thing about Gore. He sent really amazing pictures in the screenshot part of the Discord. To drop a whole stack at once, shift plus Q. Okay. I thought so. I was trying, but maybe I was pressing control instead. I don't know. All right, let me go get my hoe. Control Q. I thought it was shift Q. I don't know. It's one of those. Shift Q. I mean, maybe I should just start playing with the function keys, right? No. Yeah, I'm gonna probably move my pumpkins. That's too tiny. So this is my tree farm. It's growing. What kind of tree am I growing right now? If they're both farmers, it'll cause them to share the food, which can slow the breeding process. Ah. So do I need to assign one of them something else? Oh, what am I doing? I'm getting a hoe. Do I not have one? Yeah, there we go. Besides, to have a baby, you need to have the very least one unoccupied bed. I do. See, that's how I was going to control it. And then I was going to have this thing where they pooped down into this spout and they went away with water. Oh my gosh. You guys. Held a message for misogyny. Kitty, she's really invested in breeding villagers while she's getting a hoe. If you can't talk about a hoe when you're talking about Minecraft, we got other problems. Yeah, my problem was I've always done it in Bedrock one way, but I knew it had to be different here. So I was... As long as I haven't... I don't care if they're both farmers, to be honest. Why do I hear? I've got to go find the stupid... I forgot. Somehow zombies got into my base somewhere. Between the walls. They can... Oh my goodness. It will auto mod. She's getting a hoe. And it will not auto mod what you wrote, Kenny. Wow, wait, auto mod. Okay, yeah. Hands up high, feet down low. That's the way you say something you probably shouldn't say. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Anyway. Don't know where I ever heard that before. Now it's stuck in my head. Oh. Most of the farms work the same whether it's on Java or Bedrock, but there's obviously a few exceptions. Well, I was going to set up a villager breeder the way I do it on Bedrock, and Artie is the one that warned me that would not work. Hey guys. Oh, I guess it did work a little bit. I can also easily expand this later, but for the moment I knew it should work. You little twerp, stop moving me out of the way. Would you guys get out of my way? Ah. There. Why do I hear lava? Are you guys... I see the problem. They're destroying my crop land. Oh gosh, Tomas, I'll fix it in a second. You've been auto-modded successfully. Give me a second. I think that'll do it, except, yep, they are indeed breaking the crop, so I can see the problem that Gore might have been warning me about. Okay, cool. I'm not going to deal with it right now anyway. All right, let me come over here. Most of the farms work the same whether it's on Java. Okay. Held a message. How is insanely crazy looking lady doing? I'm fine. So apparently that tipped it off. Meow, Tomas, put slab on top of the composter so they don't break crops. How is insanely crazy looking lady doing? I'm fine. Why are you never knowing anything? Because I didn't know this word. Why do I have... No, no, don't look it up, Nameless. No, no, no. Because I'm French. That's why you put the slab on top? I've got a trap door. I have I have slabs at the bit. Does it matter what kind of slab? I've got stone slabs on me. That makes a difference. There we go. Yeah, I never had them do that on Bedrock. Look, I looked it up too late, Whimsy. No matter. Yep. Oh gosh, no. It's not a very polite term. It's certainly, I mean, it's not one I want to help spread into the world. But you know, there are guys who do things for money and girls who do things for money, and they both have their words. Because they can't get on top of the composter, which is why they break the crops. Ah. Nameless, any harem? You want Nameless to have a harem? Okay, where am I hearing these stupid zomboids? I think it's that area. Heck no, I don't want a harem. I just sit there and I think, how much energy I don't know, maybe I'm more practical about it. I'm fine by myself, okay. Too bad, get ready for kitty education's time. Oh my gosh, go for it, Kenny. I'm waiting. Aw. Alright. I think it's night. Yeah, let's. Okay. Well, I can expand that area pretty easy, but then I left it so that I could get them out as well after I have redstone and stuff. That was the idea I had. She needed a drink. She annoyed us so much she cracked a beer, lol. It's not a beer. It's a simply spiked passion fruit limeade. I don't like beer, actually. That's Artie. She likes beer. Sometimes Atlas will have one. Once in a blue moon. As in, like, not even once a year they'll ask me to get them one. Artie or Atlas, but she likes it more. She definitely likes it. Simple terms, a weak beer? I just like vodka better. All right. To you, yeah. You know, I don't want something really alcoholic like beer. I'd rather have something nice and tame like vodka. That's how it works, right? All right, let's see. So what I did is I did this into the hillside in a very clear way so that I can expand out pretty easy. I can access it. I can put something underneath them as a dropper to... Oh, they're breeding now. Okay, well, I just gotta figure out what I want to do with them, but I'm no longer in danger of running out. I bet she does the pierce and gulp trick. No. No, not with alcohol. I mean, yeah. I will confess, I was at work one time and my work drink broke and it was in an aluminum can. I was like, I'm not wasting this. This is my only drink today. Now I'm curious, favorite drink, Whimsy? Yeah, it's completely random. You mean like alcohol drink or you mean like drink in general? Like, I tend to like fresh in season, any kind of drink. I tend to like fresh in season fruit juices sometimes where I make the juice myself. Um, Milk, chocolate milk. I will confess I like. Probably coffee is my coffee or tea, depending on my mood, are my two biggest go-tos. I do like water a lot. We have a really nice well, but in the summer I tend to have an upset stomach enough that straight water doesn't work great. So I always have to put something in it, like a little bit of juice or something. But usually my go-to is water with a little bit of either apple cider vinegar or electrolytes or both. But as far as favorite, I'd go more coffee or tea depending on my mood. That well got a lot of plagues in it. It might. It's a deep well. It goes down to a deeper aquifer. It's a pretty good one. All right, so what do I want to do now? I think I want to go ahead. What I really need to do is start creating like a villager trading hall so I can actually do something with the fact that I now have the ability to get villagers. But I just don't feel like doing that right now. I wanted to design a little bit where and how it went, but I also had got down to 2 villagers and I was really afraid I was going to end up with none in this area. And it's such a pain to move them. Deepest part of hell-infested water. Nice. My favorite flavor. I mean, probably. It could be worse. Could be from like a cenote or something. You want to talk about dark water. Woo! I don't think I'd want that. But if you lived in a place made of sand, you would want water from a deeper source as well. Otherwise, you're drinking motor oil and stuff. It's got to have time to filter. Animal poop, you name it. Whatever's at the surface. People don't think about the practicality of that. Deepest part of hell. Latrine water? Yeah, no. See, I don't want that. I need to do something with this tree farm. But it's functional. I think there's still something wrong with it. I'm tempted to keep taking it down. Because I'm still not getting the tall trees. So even though technically on Java, you're only supposed to need this high, I was prepared to go down this low because I wanted the tall trees. And I found that if they don't have enough clearance above them, I don't care if they'll officially work. There's issues. If you want, I can give you the design of a really cool tree farm. I thought I had a pretty cool tree farm. Are you talking automatic or passive? Because I did passive. But I messed it up. Look at this. I don't know how I did this. It's 4 blocks too long this way. I had a beautiful square, 12 by 12. On the other hand, Talking about huge mess of redstone, which would be far too complicated to explain how it works well. I love redstone. I'm open to learning that, but I just the purpose of this tree farm was passive. Because I wanted, while I work on making it into a base and stuff, like I've set up the hold on. Let's go over here. So for example, this isn't going to stay like this, but I'm going to set those up in the corners, the vines. But I'm wondering if I just need to clear that part out. But then it's not square, and that really bugs me. I'm really upset that I messed that up. I cannot figure out how I got my measurements so off. Yeah, and if you want to learn redstone, don't start with the farms I use. You'd have an aneurysm. I've done redstone before. I know this is shocking. It's not my greatest gift, but I'm not completely incapable. But yeah, I'm not up to, like, say, something that Doc M would do, or Cub Fan. But I can do some simpler things. And I have. I mean, not on Java. So apparently I don't know anything, because apparently it's not the same. Squares are the new rectangles. It just, Kenny, it's killing the OCD in me, okay? It's just killing the OCD in me. Then I thought, oh, I'll just have like little balconies because I got it a little off. No, it's only this way, not this way. The other option, I guess, would be to go over 4 more blocks that way and then just move those stairs out. I don't know. I think I'm just stuck with this mess and I just have to look at it and hate it. I don't know. Star New World then? I don't really want to start a new world right now, Kitty. This is a new world. I do like this world. It's a good seed. All right, let me go make some bone meal. All right, and I don't know why this is the only composter I have in my base. I might want to adjust that. My reasoning was, oh, most of what I compost until I have enough iron to make hoppers is like tree saplings, but then I set up cocoa beans. Was really well thought out. All right, we gotta start getting rid of this. Well, I guess for right now, I'm gonna leave it be. How do I want to do this? Too tired, gotta go. See ya, everyone. Love on y'all. A mosquito just bit me. I'm a KMS? Finally, Nameless, you have those there? That's what I was thinking. You have mosquitoes in France. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. I've just never thought about it. We learned a new thing today. Oh, I got it. I understand. Thank you for helping me with my stupidity. I have seen that before, but not in a while. Yeah, that would not be a dramatic reaction at all, honest. Have some good sleep. Of course we have stupidity. Of course we have mosquitoes. It's not stupidity. Stop saying that. Tomas, if you have PMS, we have other questions. But we don't want you to answer them. We want you to keep them to yourself. We'll just wonder. Wait, what does that mean? Tomas, really? Kenny's the doctor. He can explain. I guess he's not a doctor, but he's in the medical field. He can explain. I'm sure he'd love to. Ban him. Who I'm talking about. Of course we have stupidity. Yeah, we have that too in France. Just look at certain very known people in France. No, I won't go any further. Just guess, huh? I mean, I am going to not take that bait, Nameless. You're going to get me in trouble. But if you feel the need to vent, you can always pop something on the trigger worms part of the Discord. The French are not adequately represented there. I think you could bring something rich to that environment. Only ever heard the acronym. Although I could probably find a few little memes about things going on in France. I'm not sure if they would be offensive, but you know, I'm sure there's something on my phone. The M is for menstrual. Thank you, Nameless. Premenstrual syndrome, Tomas. Basically, when you hear a girl going, oh my gosh, I've got such bad cramps, and then she starts going crazy and yelling at you for no reason, or laughing hysterically, or crying, or all of them at the same time, that would be PMS. It's hormone overload, for lack of a better, of the female variety. And if you have a lady in your life, just always have a little square of dark chocolate handy. Trust me, it is the wise thing to do. It might save your life one day. And I could say that because I'm a girl. Now you understand why we had a few questions if you have PMS, Tomas. Yes, I have a lot of questions still. So many questions. Yeah. This is where Snow usually says, it was my animal, my dog, jumped on my keyboard, thought it meant some please myself, or oh my gosh, no, Tomas, no, 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 no. You should not say things online if you don't know what they are. Don't you know that by now? And Kitty just had an aneurysm of his own. I mean, I'm go sleep, Frenchie. I mean, You know what? At least you're learning alone with whoever watches this VOD ever in the privacy of friends. We'll watch out for you, Tomas. Before saying anything, Tomas, search it up first for your own well-being. Well, you know, and yet you just went on a search, Nameless. How do you feel about how that search went? Hmm? You find things when you search. That's all I'm going to say. Now this discussion is far more interesting than sleeping. Ah, yeah. That's okay. This isn't nearly as off the rails as the one from Wednesday, so just saying. This is pretty tame. I'll take it. It was funny. Not pleasant, but funny. Use hoe for leaves, it's faster. I know, I actually usually end up using a shovel. I find the shovel and the hoe seem to be about the same, even though the hoe is supposed to be way better. But then I have to craft the stupid hoe, and all I really care about is that the leaves break up enough for another tree to grow. Wednesday? Okay, tomorrow I'm going to watch the VOD of Wednesday then. You can. Beware. Ooh, did we say too many bad things about Nameless that time? Maybe Kenny, maybe he shouldn't watch. I don't know. It was something. Sorry for the PTSD. We did. Wah! Oh. Oh my gosh. Life is good, guys. Life is good. Please delete the VOD. Okay, I'm hurt right here. Basically, Wednesday was a demo. And it looked pretty harmless. But it's a demo, so you don't really have information about it. It was a part of the Steam sale. I have mixed feelings about it. But I mean, we found out all kinds of things about Tomas and his interests and preferences. Oh yeah, I remember that was on Wednesday. And the conversation kind of went everywhere. But it kind of landed on a lot of stuff about bunny girls, so you just take that as you will. All right. I don't know that it would be funny in the rewatch, but it was funny at the time. So that's where the furry discussion came. Nameless, beautiful bunny girls. You thought those bunny girls were beautiful? Tomas, you need to get out. All right. The world offers better. On the other hand, maybe that's for the best. Okay, now I got even more curious. Joking. But Kenny decided that they were furries. Because why else would there be animals that turn into people and people that turn into animals? Sure, buddy. Ah. Yeah, I want to finish getting these vines growing and then I might go ahead and expand the tree farm. Then Gore can have an aneurysm when he comes on and finds out that his beautiful design for my base was destroyed. Wait, serious question. What does JK mean? Just kidding? Joking? I always thought it was just kidding or joking. I don't really think about it. Does it matter? It's just a joke, right? That's what it is. Because here's the deal. I remember pagers, and pager talk isn't quite the same as the shorthand for the texting. So I do find myself messing up sometimes, but usually only in the same ways other people my age do. So I just get accused of being old and it all works. Okay, sigh. He's being French again. No, it's just dumb question coming from random guy on the internet. Okay, hold on. Hold on, Nameless. Hold on. I'm going to call you into account. I'm going here. I'm going to lecture you now. You're going to sit there and you're going to lecture me for saying I did something dumb or asked something dumb. And then you're going to turn around and say that you asked something dumb and that's okay? Huh? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. We can both say we're dumb or neither of us. You pick. Excuse me for being bored as a failure. You're excused. I'm fine with it. I say that about myself all the time. I think it's perfectly fine to acknowledge when you've done a dumb thing. I don't think I'm saying that I have zero intelligence. That's the thing. We used to be able to say, back in the old days, that we did something that was kind of dumb or stupid. We knew it, we acknowledged it, we learned, we moved on, or we just chose to have fun with it. I don't think that should be something that's offensive or upsetting. There, I went off for the day. You're welcome. That was my rant. There might be more. I don't know. Stay tuned. Do what I say, not what I do. Ooh. Planning to be a parent, are you? Dumb is the person who thinks not knowing something makes you dumb. Yeah, the reason I go back and forth from it is because one of mine actually had the definition of being dumb at one point because that's literally what they would call somebody who was apraxic. And so I think of it with that, but then if you say stupid, people really get freaked out, and that's so I go back and forth now. I'm taking back my language. No, don't worry, I got you. Just like to tease about that lol. Dumber is the person who makes fun of someone who not know what they know. Kenny splitting facts here. Is he sick? I know, man. Well, you know, here's the part about the VOD you might want to watch out for, because Kenny was getting a little spicy. He was wanting some back rubs. He wanted somebody to pop on a bunny suit for him and give him a back rub. Anybody but Tomas. And give him a beer, help him relax. Several people asked him if he was drunk. He never responded in the affirmative or the negative, so we'll never know. It was quite the stream. uh, Gosh, I'm holding back my laugh so hard not to wake my family up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, I get it. Kenny can't ask a girl because he's married and that would upset his wife, right? But at the same time, sometimes someone just needs to relax, you know? Their back's all tense. They want to calm down. Oh, I get it. I so get it. All right, let's see here. I just figure if I'm going to start digging again and stuff, I'm going to at least get this growing. There we go. I'll get another one going in a minute. Anyway, gonna go for real this time around. See you, everyone. I hope you sleep well, Nameless. I hope you sleep well. Bonne nuit, bonne nuit. All right. Good night. Thank you for popping by. I doubt that I'd sleep well, but thanks though. I've had trouble sleeping all week myself. I can't really talk. Good night, dude. So masculine. Yo, bro. Night, dude. Yay! Alright, I can put one more up. I wanted to finish that far corner because I could do the others closer and easier. Actually, I don't want to do that from here though. I'm feeling indecisive. Alright, can we get... Whoa, excuse me, Whimsy, for being masculine. Good night, cutesy, pookie, dearie, honey bun. Is that better? Oh my gosh. I think Nameless could live without it, but you know, cool. I think Nameless might be a little more masculine than that, but you know, I could be wrong. He can't live without it. I think I like having this around here. I might even leave this level here because this seems to be a good harvest area. And I might just move it over like it was intentionally left rectangular. He can't live without it. Yep. I mean, I did this to be more temporary. But cook it into normal stone and fill back the wall you digged too far. But then look at my stairs, Kenny. This entire height was done wrong. I'm just going to live with it, but I'm going to move it over and adjust it accordingly. Is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move it over 2 more. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, the problem is I end up with an even number here that's wrong. But I'm just going to move it over 1 more. And that's going to be my new base. And then I'll put stone, if I'm going to, yeah. Invite Gore to fix it for you. Well, I don't know how to have someone else on my independent server, so that's probably not going to happen. But he would probably have a blast. And really, I do love this seed, and that I complained that I couldn't learn the things I needed to learn on the Java because I wasn't coming across things to learn them. But I actually do really like that, as silly as this is, so many things are all close together. It's great for learning. I love that. Yeah, let's go sleep here. Speaking of which, collab stream when? I don't know. I thought there'd be a collab stream because Gore said he wanted one. And then Gore's like, oh no, I wanted you to collab with your kids. But we run 24 hours a day. So Artie's streaming in the middle of the night. Hedge is fresh off of a stream. So she's running till today past 4:30, and I was starting at right about 6:20. Partly because I got put off by her going late. Atlas does it in the morning. He's on the computer doing all his recording. So having us collab isn't as easy as it sounds. I mean, it would be fun. Plus, we've got one computer to work with. But I think a collab stream would be a lot of fun. I'd do something where I played with all of you guys. If you'd actually show up, that would be fun. I don't know what we would play, but there's stuff out there. Yeah, I can always put this back if I decide I want to. Just to leave a little bit of insurance there. Moop. Yeah, watch, I can't quite reach, can I? Ah! How annoying. So close! I'm gonna kill myself this way. I gotta be careful. I was thinking more of streamer friends. Yeah, I don't really have streamer friends that aren't related to me. What the heck? Oh. That's cool. I guess my friend added sounds to when she reacts to things I send her. Speaking of which, I am so annoyed right now. I've put several videos aside from YouTube that would be funny. They're like little 2-minute shorts. And then I go to share them at a decent time of day. And YouTube's gotten rid of them. So they're playing the deciding what's too spicy for people again game. I don't think I'm that spicy. Just saying. We need more meat, Tomas. Kenny, why? Time to expand. I kind of agree. I'm trying to get here. I'm also, here's the deal. I'm seriously looking at the Kick dual streaming, but we don't want to mess up the computer for Hedge. So until she's on, we might not do that. But that opens up, because then I could dual stream with somebody who's on Kick. It opens up possibilities. Now, I don't really know anybody there either. I think, like, for example, Lost would feel really weirded out to do a collab with me. He'd more likely do one with Hedge, because he's her mod. But I'm not trying to be creepy and weird. And part of it, too, I feel weird because I am older than a lot of these people. And I don't want to invite a weird dynamic. I have a natural, you know, mom-kid relationship with my kids. That's just how we are. But Kick. Well, I don't care. I feel like right now the discoverability is better there, and I also am really pleasantly surprised by the play throughs are so much smoother during the streams, and the I was not keen, but I actually checked it out, and the chat seems to go smoother. So there's some quality of life stuff, but I have people here, and I don't want to throw that away. I like it here. I started here for a reason. It wasn't an accident. Oh my gosh, so much excuses. What? I don't think it's excuses. I mean, maybe. Let's put it this way. I went back and forth on whether or not to stream, when to stream, what to do. But once I committed, I'm here. I'm here 5 days a week. I just think things out first, unless I'm really impulsive, and then I don't. But usually, even if I'm impulsive about something, I've thought about it before that point. Personally, I like YouTube. Well, you know, that opens that up if you're multi-streaming. All right, so what I think I want to do... Oh, but that would be death. All right, let me just trial this location for my bigger trees and see if I like it, okay? How it comes out for getting to them. And if I'm happy, I'm going to start going down. At least one more layer. At least to here. But I spend a lot of time on YouTube, so I can hardly tell you that's a bad thing, Tomas. I tend to watch my videos on YouTube and do my streams on Twitch. But then if I can't catch the stream on time, I do tend to go catch the VOD on YouTube. But, you know, everybody does their own thing. Okay. Then I want to go down and start finding redstone and stuff too. So once I've got this going on from the bottom level, I'm going to build a access to a deeper mine. Which, since everything else seems to be here in variety, I am deeply concerned about hitting deep dark, but we will see what happens. I'm sure Gore would not have tried to find a seed where I would be over deep dark. He was so considerate and thoughtful. Huh? Yeah, see, later I like that as lighting better than the torches. I don't know. Maybe the whole edge should be vines. Is that too much? I usually just do the corners. Because that doesn't mess with the airspace for the tree. All right, let's see. I need to expand my farming too. I think these grow slower than on bedrock. I don't know that it's a bad thing, but it does seem slower. And I'm still planning to go up. Oh my gosh. This is getting cluttered quickly. All right. I'm afraid sometimes I get a little bit OCD about this stuff. I'm sorry. I hope it's not a problem. Let's see. Let's do here. Now that is going to be a problem. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Oh! I hate hitboxes sometimes. Boogers, boogers, boogers. Oh, it grew. It grew. Okay. I mean, I definitely feel like moving it in the middle, I got far better results. So I think maybe going down a little more would work. That is more what I was expecting to happen. Coffee. Yeah, I've got coffee right here. I'll have a slurp for you. It's pretty black. I think I put a little cocoa in it. Just good old coffee. Num 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 num. Yep, this is way more what I thought I would get. Yeah. I'm happy now. I feel a little bit vindicated. I did know a thing. I think we're losing Kenny. Is Kenny going to sleep? Kenny doesn't sleep, blub blub. He's a shark. Sharks don't sleep. Actually, they kind of do, though. Have you ever seen a shark sleeping? They're funny, probably. Yeah, if you're tired, it's okay, Kenny. If I helped you relax enough to fall asleep and consider it awesome. I think one of the most annoying things in the world is to have trouble sleeping. Although you said you never have trouble sleeping, so I don't know. Alright, so I might not need to go down again. Maybe I fit a second tree farm directly under this with these coordinates, but definitely made a difference to come away from the wall, so. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. Oops. I think I stacked up a little bit of wood, guys. Why am I only making one at a time? It's pretty dumb. Shark? I don't know. I was trying to think of fish that don't sleep a lot. I happen to think some sharks are kind of cool. Besides, rays are kinds of sharks too, you know. You got all kinds of fishy options there. If you don't decide what kind of fish you are openly, then, you know, we're just going to start guessing. You're going to be stuck with whatever we land on. Just saying. You keep saying to guess. You'd rather be a clownfish? A sea anemone? I guess a sea anemone is not technically a fish. Although I've heard that back and forth, to be honest. We? The royal we, my dear. The royal we. Fair enough. That was a weird thing to say. But people in chat, you know. I don't think any of the rest of them are brave enough, though. Maybe Nameless. Maybe Lost. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. He got some spice hiding in there. Knight would definitely guess. All right. Boogers, boogers, boogers. Come on. And this is why we don't compost every single sapling. Yep. Yes, Your Highness. Why, thank you. Oh, I didn't even adjust the... Ooh, so it did that with the torch right there? Ooh, that has potential. Okay. That's good. Wait, what do I have over here? I need to go check on my other crops. I need to expand that farm now. And I need to go down more. But I feel good about this, actually. Yeah, it's a little dark outside. All right, do I have... I think I need slab. I've got some slabs. Okay. Let me make some barrels, maybe? I can only make one. How do I make slabs? I need 3. Okay, now where's the barrel? How did I lose the barrel? Oh, I still need more slabs to make. I thought for some reason it used wood for the barrel. Yeah, there it is. Now I'm confused. Oh, because it's using... Okay, I got it. Okay. I got it. Boop. Now I can make barrels. Boop. Now I have a bunch of barrels. And I'm just gonna start storing some of this down here. No, I want at least 8 of these. Wait, I only have 1 dark oak sapling? Where'd my others go? Oh, I need to go fix that. I gathered... Oh, I died. I must not have gotten them out of my inventory before I swam in lava. Crapola. Whimsy? Yes, I'm sorry. I got distracted. I apologize. What is it? What is this super important thing that you're typing up for me now? this here. Actually, no, I don't want that there. I want that there, that there. Baba Booey. Wow. Yep, Baba Booey. This is going to change later, but I just keep needing one down here, so I'm just going to do that. All right, let's see. Let's stick some jungle one in here. I think I've grown a little bit of it. And let's stick some spruce in here. I'll deal with it later. Wait, is this jungle? Yeah, well, I'll just hold on to that. But here, I'll pop this over here. Ba 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 baran. Ba 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 baran. Ba baran. All right. That sets that up a little bit better, and then I'll just start moving saplings and stuff down as I go up and down. Get some of this going on. How many streams you on right now, Kenny? How amazing are you today? All right, there we go. And that's why I like vines in the corners, because if I'm going to fall, it's almost always in a corner. I don't know why. Give me 2. Yes. Can we get 3? No. Oh, yes. Cool. Oh, no. Not again. Okay. Like, I hate this. Then I have to go below and get it. Already got a spot for it because it happens enough. That might not be the best long-term solution, but it works for now. 1. Okay, you're going to count. 1. Uno. That's why I not put composter in the ground. I know. I've never had trouble with that before. It's really weird. Alright, that'll grow. And then I just have this corner. It didn't hurt too bad. You know, I haven't checked my food in a while. I seem okay. Where did my dirt go? Into the dirt. That's kind of funny. Alright. Alright. That's why I not put composter in the ground. Yes, I read that already. My screen is blipping a little oddly to the side. I hope that's not a problem. Okay. Let me go see what this ridiculous trader has to offer. I've been listening to him for a while. That's Kenny. That's mean. I might cry. Hi. Do you have anything of interest? Seriously? Roasted potatoes? I mean, I don't want anything else you have. Roasted potatoes for emeralds? Yeah, I'll go grab some. I'll buy your wares. Do I have any? Not at the moment, but I can in a minute. Yeah, I see what you're doing. You watch, I'm gonna go make these potatoes, and he's gonna be like, what? I don't want potatoes. You know, Kenny, IRL, I'm the kind of person that random strangers come up and tell their deepest, darkest secrets to for no reason that I've ever been able to figure out. So I end up learning all about all kinds of things. They like confess things to me. They'll tell me things. They see me as a vault. They see me as, trustworthy, which I am. But I came across a guy today, and I tell you what, you need to hug your wife for him. I could tell he was about to lose it. And so I just stood there because I was like, what do you do? And he's like, I just lost my wife of 41 years. And he just lost it. Because he felt like he could trust me. And then I'm not inhuman completely. And I'm looking at him, and he's just so small and shaking and upset. And he's this elderly guy. And I just said, do you need a hug? What? I'm sorry. That doesn't seem nice. You don't want to have to do that. Anyway, I felt really, really bad for him. So then he just sat there, and then I got him all calm and happy. And then I walked away, and I looked back, and he lost it again. And I felt bad, but I'm like, I don't know him. He's a complete stranger. There's nothing I can do for him. It is not going to make it better to go up to a stranger who's just tried to quietly show his grief and push, He showed what he wanted to show. He got it off his chest. For fun? Okay, Kenny. I'm sure that was in a video game. Do serial killers do it for fun? I don't think so. I think it's a thrill, though. You're not a serial killer, right? Although Gore likes axes. Maybe he's an axe murderer, and we should all be a little concerned. I don't know. Wait a minute. I just roasted all those potatoes for him, and now he despawns? I hate traitors. Traitors are traitors. Come on. Where are you? Where are you? Ah! I feel so betrayed. No way. No way. I had to listen to him for how long? Is it wrong that that makes me a little bit ragey? Probably something really wrong with me. Oh. I mean, I'm just gonna say, if you did, I don't think you'd be putting it in chat to just see if you got moderated or not. But you know, maybe you live wild. Not wrong at all. Uh, okay, well, I guess I'm ready anyway for the next time I have a wandering trader want baked potatoes, and now I have them. So you know what's never gonna happen again? Oh yeah. All right. After I sleep next time, I'm gonna go get more dark oak because I just realized that's another one of the resources that I had gathered that I lost. Since when expressing emotions is wrong, I don't think expressing emotions is wrong. I'm not always, you know, super expressive myself. I just don't roll that way, but no, I never think it's wrong. Okay, I take that back. Expressing real emotions is fine. I'm not into drama. I don't have much patience for that, I'll be honest. We all have our pet peeves, and that is one of my many pet peeves. I have long lists of pet peeves. I could write books. There we go. I don't know. I've never been super expressive, but I don't really hide anything either. I'm pretty open about everything. But I also think having a lot of lovely autistic people in my life, they tend to spin off of what's around them. So I don't know. I don't know that I share as openly as I used to. We find our balance in life. I think Tomas finally went to sleep now. We'll see. Unless he's going to meep in here again soon. I think sometimes he's quiet just to see what we all say. So we can go look it up. Or ask. Oh, alright. There we go. Because, you know, meat works better for that job. I wonder if I put vines down the side. Can I do that in Java? But I think I have to have silk touch. But eventually if I plant jungle trees here, they'll start growing on the sides anyway because there'll be, stuff will come off the trees. I think. There we go. Oh, man. I have a friend who's trying to talk me into come over to her place and go walking on the beach with her. I told her I will. I just don't know when I'm going to get over there. Her husband had a heart attack and they were walking every single day on the beach. So she just doesn't want to upset him, but she wants to be able to walk on the beach and not be alone. And he hasn't been able to. There we go. She's so sweet. She asked like a month ago and I still haven't figured out how to match up with her. I'm a horrible friend. I'll figure it out. There we go. I bet you're a better friend than I am, Kenny. Dum, dum, dum. Is it bad to say she should find it? Yeah. I don't think she would like that. She loves her husband very much and she's grateful he's still alive, but she doesn't want him to feel obligated to go do something he can't physically do anymore. Because that's the first thing he'd do. He'd be like, no, no, honey, I'll go with you. What man would be like, oh yeah, go with the gigolo? You know, okay, I take that back. There's guys that, okay, let's not go there. The world is a wild and wacky place. There's all kinds. Aw, yeah. Ah. I just need about 40 more hours a day, and I could be the best friend, the best mother, the best worker, the best farmer, the best daughter. I need that time turner thing from Harry Potter. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'm about ready to expand this. This is starting to really annoy me that I have such a small amount of production. Do I have potatoes? No, I put all my potatoes away. I should probably go check on my villagers too. They're they're they've been alone a long time. I don't know if I'm close enough for them to be breeding is the thing, so yeah. I should probably find out. Where did I put my dirt? Is that here? Yeah, why did I do that? That shift click makes it automatically go up. What did I do? Every time I think I know what I'm doing. And I've got 2 beds on me. Why the flip do I have 2 beds on me? That is precious inventory space that I am wasting. Here, bed. There, that'll just be handy if I need it. That's a decent. Ah! All right. Okay, good. That's growing nicely. That's growing nicely. Let me get some actual lit berries on there. And then I think I'm ready to take this baby down. I'm going to have to put that song on the brainworms, but we might scar Tomas. I don't know. Maybe it needs to go on the trigger worms part. Now it's stuck in my head. And it won't go away. I need a good song. Let's see. So, Kitty, did you guess my theme that I was doing one song for each day this week? It was so freaking obvious. There's an old song that we literally used to call the Gigolo song. I was forbidden to sing it. So, of course, my friends and I sang it on the playground while we swaying on the swings, slid down the slides. The fastest way to get kids to learn something is to tell them not to have anything to do with it. So I knew every word to that song. Ah, I'm sure it had a different name. All right, let's get this one growing. There we go. And then I will start switching out torches and stuff after these become more bright. The other one that's been in my head is Oye Como Va by Santana. I don't know why. That's just circling in my head right now. So that's probably going on brainworms too. We'll see. I don't know why. I haven't even heard it recently. Oye Como Va. Good old Santana. I'm definitely getting taller trees. I was right. Gore was wrong. I'm the best. Wait, what was your question before explaining the song? Oh, I was just saying, because now it's stuck in my brain. Maybe I should put it in brainworms, but that might traumatize poor Tomas. So maybe I should stick it in triggerworms. But I probably won't. I don't really want that on my feed. Just saying. And then I started talking about Oye Como Va with Santana, and that is a whole different song. So it's not you. You're actually living your real life and listen to me in the background, and my prattling on didn't make sense because guess what? It didn't make sense. It's not you, it's me. It's so me. All right. Yep, I've got this nice tall tree. Now I'm going to decide, do I leave this level? Because that is working really well. I'm going to stick you there for now. In fact, yeah. Wait, why did... How far down do I go? It would be one... Now, if I go to here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more blocks down, which isn't dramatic. But if I do that... It's 19... That might be enough to get a smaller tree farmed out here instead of one giant one. That has potential. That is an interesting idea to me. But at the same time, I think this is just working nicely. So I think, yeah, I might just... Hey, yeah, I think I've done this for the last time. I'm not gonna... Just to mark that it's somewhat different. No, wait, if I put the composter there now, I have a problem. And even if, yeah, that's good. Okay. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and get rid of this dirt then. I usually make this level more unspawnable. What do I want to do? Otherwise, I get so many Endermen in my tree farm over time. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Alright, I'm going to actually count this one out properly. That's a novel concept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boop. There we go. All right, let's see if we come out with it. Let's see if I can math better this time. All right, let's see. So we will do 1, 2, iron. It was meant to be. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Whimsy was venting about her friends and didn't say anything. What? See how bad of a friend I am? You're not a bad friend at all. You're fine. Oh, I just obviously can't math. Where did it go? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I didn't go far enough. There we go. You even made a joke. You didn't. You're fine. The day that jokes are not welcome here would be a very sad day. I don't want to be sad. Kitty, you're not trying to make me sad, are you? That would be a bad friend. Like, what if you made me cry? It would, well, okay, yeah. You kind of did already. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. That didn't go good places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, cool. I might play around over here. 9, 10, 11. Well, perfect. I might go up one more. I'm trying to figure out how much roof to leave. That's a little weird like that, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. But if I decided to put something else in here, I want there to be a solid 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can go up one more. Okay, Kenny, we're not going to bump your head. I'm going to be nice to the tall people and chat. My friend has quite a sense of humor. I sent her far spicier memes than you guys. Well, and some of the same stuff. But she would never be on Discord. Yeah. Well, why are we getting baby memes? You told me I had slurs in my other channel the other day. Now they're baby memes? I was like, what do you mean slurs? Telling other people if they go look there, they're going to find slurs. And then you're going to tell me it's not grown up enough for you? Pick a lane, Kenny. Pick a lane. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Let's see if we can add up. Can I math? Have I lost the ability to math? Four, 4, 5, 5. Maybe. I might have lost the ability to math. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Oh, I did it. I did it. Okay. I can still make a square, Kenny. I haven't lost the skill. Why can't I drive in both lanes? You can drive in both lanes. Just don't expect a consistent result when you're requesting for both lanes. That's all. All right, let me see. All right, cool. And then I'll go down from here and I'll finish going down to that bottom part. And then that can be another, like maybe I do smaller trees down there that aren't going to need as much headroom. Like birch and stuff. That'd be cool. And then I could have more points of dirt on that one, maybe. Hello. All right. Yes, I hear you, monsters. You just be happy outside. Maybe I should eat something here. All right, we got those going on. We've got that starting to grow. Awesome possum pudding pie. You know, if you drive in both lanes, you're more likely to get in a little bit of a car crash, but you know. I go down one lane roads at speed all the time, so what do I know? I'm not going to tell anybody how to drive. Their requests for how to live life, I guess. It would be inappropriate. I guess what matters is you're driving a big enough vehicle that you're not the one that gets hurt. That would be the non-PC answer, I suppose. Alright. I think I want to go ahead... because I'm not planning to come by later. I'm just going to leave that cold. I'm just going to let it be. I might come up for it later. I might just leave it cold. Oh, I hope I sleep good tonight. Is this tall enough for you, Kenny? Yeah, it's not going to be enough light. Very much thanks. You're very welcome. I mean, I'm going way down, to be fair, but you always worry when I start with the 2x2. So I'm making sure you know this is not going to be for short people. This is for giants. Nice tall people. You know, that game is still bothering me. I just keep thinking about why did all the other animals change into people and people into animals and the bunnies? Why the bunny girls? That's gonna bug me. There's no good reason. It's like you had this perfect opportunity. You could have made it something wholesome and cute. And you know, I'm still left with if you're gonna go bunny girls, go bunny girls, you know? Give them a little bit of a figure. Don't just look like you took two saucer pans and threw them on the top. They were a little thick in the middle, too, I'm gonna say. Like, you shouldn't make bunny girls that they're gonna want their drunk goggles for. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna go there? Go there. Just do it. Make them cute. They could be super cute. I think what bothered me is they didn't have, like, adults have more curve than that. It's like, you just make them adult if they're in a place like that. Just make them look a little more grown up. Now I can't stop crouching. What? Why would he be crouching? You're going to drive in both lanes. And you're going to crouch. Got it. You know, Kenny, you want spicy memes. You go put a spicy meme in the trigger worms. By all means. I told you my standards. I think they're pretty open. Then people will believe that you're serious. We're 2 blocks length. I had to crouch. My farm would drive you crazy. I have so many places where I need to trim the trees back, but I just let the limbs grow on farther down than I should because I'm so short. I just walk right under them anyway. And my poor son has to duck constantly, and I'll be just like going into all these little spots. Ooh, I think it could be raining. I was like, yeah, I gotta get a tree saw out there and fix some of that. That's not right. Boop. All right. See, that's so weird because it just blinked, but no new text showed up. Back to the mining and the crafting and the crafting and the mining. Here we go. I really do need to go get those villagers giving me stuff. I need to go make a villager hall. I want to finish this, get some farm space set up, sort of get the infrastructure here while they're over there breeding. Then I got to figure out how to get them out. Life is so good, 3 blocks tall. What was it? The Smurfs were 3 apples high. Even as a kid, I was always like, that's a really weird measurement. Now let's hope this at least moderately matches up to what I need to be doing here. You know what? I think I know what I need to do too. That way I can then on the next one down, I'm going to do it. And then hopefully we can get this less unhappy. But I can plant glowberries on this level too. Ooh, maybe I need... I bet I should. I should. No. Okay, I can reach up like 5, right? I'm just going to leave the stone. Oh, wait, I say I'm going to leave the stone. The first thing I do is not leave the stone. Dr. Whimsy doesn't approve of apple unit of measurement. I am no doctor. I might go apothecary, but doctor, no, don't want that job. Thank you. Go to somebody with some training for that one. Doctor, give me the news. Oh, I did put a song about a doctor in my brainworms, though, so there you go. It's very medical. You put the lime and the coconut and shake it all up. Doctor. Oh, that's bad. Only the wholesome. Only the wholesome. Alright, how do I want to do this? Because I want to put... I mean, that's where I want my light. I think I just did myself stupid. It's like I can come back and start the glowberries on here. I'm just leaving myself like a bridge at that level. But I'm still going down, so I am going to have some access issues. Oh well. That's life. Till I go through it. There. Now I'll just keep going down, and it won't matter. Dr. Whimsy doesn't approve of the apples of measurement. I'm just going to keep repeating things because for some reason my screen's a little glitchy in that corner. And then Kitty will make it even worse. It's all awesome. Glitchy? Yeah, it keeps jump. Like, okay. In the corner, it does this little jump thing for me when somebody I don't know if jump is right, but I'll see it move. So I'll know that somebody just added something in chat. So I look over to read it, and then I'm listening to myself while I read it. But then after I'm reading it, I realize I just read that because I just said that. So that means it did a little jump thing, but there was nothing new that was said. So there was something else going on that computer monitor. I don't know if that made sense, but that's how I end up repeating myself. And then, of course, you very graciously helped me by actually adding doubled up text, which is extremely helpful. I actually enjoy it because it makes me pay attention, and there is nothing wrong with forcing me to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Y'all gotta listen to me. I can pay attention. It's the least I can do. I can see that it's glitchy doubled up. This isn't a streamer brain problem. I got plenty of those, but it is just, I gotta be able to differentiate between new chat or not. Plus, I'm focusing too much on this and I'm not chatting enough myself, and that's problematic too, probably. All right. I want to at least get to where the floor turns and hope that I'm somewhat matched up. Because I want to be matching up to the stairs, because the idea is I can go along the stairs and get to the trees to harvest them. And then I can make little balconies like that at various spaces. I'm just going to leave that floating for right now. I don't know why. I'm just feeling that. Definitely going to want this iron at some point. I mean, that's a lot of iron to give up. It was one thing with the coal. I'm like, coal, but iron, ooh, that hurts a little. On the other hand, I don't object to how it looks in the walls. I'll deal with that later. I might do wood or something along the walls on this level anyway. We'll see. You can always take it and replace the hole with stone. Yeah. I might. I've done that. I've done that on this build. I'm just not sure if I want... I would hope that I'm getting to like an andesite level or something soon. So it might be nice to have a different kind of stone. So I don't know how much I want to put into the resources of doing that right now. I'll make that decision later. Let's just see where this goes. I started so high up in the sky. I'm gonna need a new pickaxe really soon. And I don't think I have another crafting bench on me, so I'll make another one in just a minute. Because why would I use one I already made? That would be ridiculous. Hello, Knight. How are you? I started getting taller trees out of my tree farm by moving it more centered. And then I'm making another tree farm under it-ish. And doubling up instead of having the one super tall one. So. Hi, Whimsical. So. You're so. I'm sorry. You're not sick again, are you? Tough week? Yeah, I'm about to be trapped in my old farm if I'm not careful. There is a height requirement for trees, I think. There is. Well, here's the deal. Gore told me I was wrong, and he looked it up, and he told me I only needed to be 2 blocks away and all this stuff, and I know that's what the Wikipedia said, but I told them on Bedrock I found that wasn't really the case. So I went ahead and I followed my judgment, and I moved it over to here instead, and my trees are twice as tall. So I think I don't need to have it taller this way to get what I need out of it. I think the Wikipedia was right on that, but I do need to have more side space, so that worked. Yeah, just a tough week. I'm sorry. Let's just own it. I'm going to go through a bunch of these. I got a little bit of cobblestone going on. Wait. Why would I keep that? Alright, and then I do have some bone meal. Can I point and laugh at night because I'm a bad friend? The wiki might be doing the minimum rather than the best, yeah. I looked for better sources. It's just... You know what? I think it's because the tree farms change almost every update, and it's whether you have redstone going or not. Kenny, we love you being a bad friend. That's our favorite thing about you. That's why you're such a good friend. If you want to laugh at him having a bad week, that's between you and God. You do what makes you feel right. I mean, if you're allowed to laugh at a friend on the day you're not even eating meat, you do that. No guilt. No guilt. Now I feel bad. Never feel bad. Never feel bad. I'm a mom. Come on. I have to guilt people sometimes. If I don't, the dad jokes are fun, but the guilt, it has to happen sometimes. It just does. Honest is better than bad. Would I die if I jumped on that vine? I don't want to find out. Woohoo! Alright, that's pretty good. Let's see, how much? It's 5. So I think I can get my last ones in place up here and start one down below. And honestly, I think if I maybe... Oh no, I put it in the wrong spot! You know what? It's growing and it didn't interfere with the tree growth. I'm just not going to mess with that. It gets to stay. No! I hate these things sometimes. No, you won't. Now I feel bad. Honest is better than bad. No, you won't. Okay. Yeah, I think everything I'm doing up there is being caught on this dirt bridge, actually. Yep. I hate when I waste stupid bone meal on... You'll survive the vitamin. I understood. If I jump from up here. Sorry. I mean, it just looks so tempting, right? Well, I didn't die. But the vine might need to be a little longer for me to catch it properly. It broke my fall. See, this is going to go away, but this is going to be more vines on the edges here. Well, hopefully we will be diverting. Try shifting when you touch it when going down. I've gone up and down vines before, but I don't tend to do it on purpose. That's my problem. But yep, a lot of times I will be shifting because it'll be when I'm going like up and down a tree or something. So that makes sense. Okay, so I did 1, 2 levels between, which means this is another torch level, and I need to make more torches. Replace the word vine with pole, and we have a different topic. Yeah? I mean, it could be so many topics at that point. You've got the kind of way that the Romanians used to use poles with their political victims, and then there's, how people might use a pole at, say, a bar. And then you've got all those soccer moms who swear it's just because of health and exercise, but yet somehow they end up creating like OnlyFans and stuff. Yeah, I think I could stay away from the poll topic. Thank you. Whimsical timeout, Kenny. Oh, firefighters. Oh, those are cool. I have gone down an actual fire pole at a fire station, and it was really scary, but very cool. And I was very good at climbing up and down them on the playground. Very cool. Yep. It was a lot of fun. I have as well. Fun, yes. I mean, obviously not while there's a real emergency. Doing the fire hose, though, oh my gosh. That is strength. I am so impressed. I held my own, though. I actually hit what I aimed at. I used to have a lot of firefighter friends, actually. But that was more from, there was a special program. It was really cool. They'd realized that autistic kids in particular really, really struggle with all the sensory going on in a fire, and that just telling them about it wasn't good enough. And we had a kid, not local. Okay, but can you do that with rope? If it has the knots. Otherwise, I'm a baby. And I don't know if I could do it anymore. I'm not as young as I used to be. I would if I could. I don't know. I haven't had a rope to do that with. I'll be honest. Anyway, they did a lot of research. And they brought in some OTs and some behavioral therapists and occupational therapists, and they came up with a program. And they were trying to get the autistic kids to participate, and so they were inviting them, but then they could not get them to actually do anything directly. So I would go in and try it for them to see it wasn't going to hurt them in front of a group of kids sometimes, until enough kids were comfortable with it that they didn't need a grown-up to show them. One of my favorite volunteer things I've maybe ever done, because it did a lot of good, but also it was a lot of fun. Yeah, one of my legs doesn't work completely right, so I have to do it on pure arm strength. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I just honestly haven't tried that in a long time. I cannot give you an honest answer on that one. I don't know. I hope so. I don't want to be weak. I work hard to keep up strength. That'll be 1, 2. There we go. I might ditch that one. I don't know. I find it kind of funny that, well, I think one of the other people who stream will be the one to dox you. All you are the one who has the most IO moments. Well, it's not specific enough, and honestly, I'm very careful. It resulted in several programs, and none of them are in the same form now. That was many, many years ago. Eh? I don't feel uncomfortable talking about something that had programs all over the state. over the last 30 some years, maybe 40. I don't know. I don't know when they originally started that program. But it worked. It's because there was an incident where, we had an autistic kid in the state, not local, who, I don't know if it was local. I don't remember. I just remember that they went and hid under the bed and the firefighters couldn't get him out because they were scared of the mask. And the kid got really hurt. I think they did manage to save him, but they decided to readdress how they do everything because they thought they were doing a good job getting these kids understanding what to do. I'm just more comfortable talking about stuff because I feel like I'm a decent judge of, okay, I can find things out online, so I have a pretty good idea what people used to find stuff. Maybe I'm too comfortable, but I'm comfortable with some of that. Going down would probably be easier than up because you can wrap the rope around your leg going down, but that would not help going up. And see, wrapping the rope around my leg would actually not be good, but thank you. I go arm strength. I just do. It works or it doesn't. Not what I meant about the doxing. Oh, okay. Try the neck. No, thank you. That's a whole different type of rope play. I'm not going there. What you want about? He just said he expects other streamers to give something up, which presumably would be other streamers in my home, but let's see. There we go. Let's see. Bingo! Yes. Because when they get streamer brain, sometimes they wander. But I have been on the internet since it was bulletin boards, and I have practice. And maybe it's hubris, but I feel like I haven't given myself away yet. So maybe I have a level of confidence that lets me share some of that in a little more detail. I'm still careful. Like I said, I picked a program that was all over the state. I wasn't specific about timing. And I thought it was a good program. You know what? If I talk about it, maybe somebody would get something like that started in their area if they don't have it, if they hear this, because it actually really made a difference and it did save kids. And it helped the firefighters understand how to interact with these guys better too when they came across them, which was just, it was a benefit all the way around. And it wasn't some poor little, oh, these poor kids just can't. No, it was enabling them and letting them know what they could do. It was very empowering for them. And we let any kids, especially with typical siblings and stuff, but it was originally focused at the special needs. Meanwhile, I came internet like in 2018. 2018, Kenny, really? Our tackler head will be the one to accidentally dox, but you are the one who has the clip about blowing the throttle. Thank you. "2018, that was really later." Yeah, well, maybe he said he lives on a mountain. There are places that really have trouble getting internet. Could be. Could be. I know this is redundant, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get this core part done because I go out from here and then I can start going down for the mine. Hopefully I'm close enough that my villagers are breeding nicely and I have some to work with, and then I can go do a little experiment with them too. Yeah, even Australia had internet before 2018. Oh my gosh, okay. So that was so funny. We don't watch Pearl a lot, but we do watch Pearl sometimes. And of course, she always talks about her Australian ping, right? But then when she was at the Gamers Outreach in person here, she kept having problems because Pearlescent Moon. She does hermitcraft, but she usually streams more, like she has these things about 4 a.m. Pearl and stuff because she's usually streaming on more American or European time. Anyway, she's really good at PvP, but she was struggling mightily because she realized she's so used to adjusting for the as she calls it Australian ping, that having almost immediate response was getting her killed. And they're all like, wow, it must really be a thing then. I mean, when you play one way for years and years and years and you adjust to the conditions in front of you, I get it. We've all struggled when we came on off of satellite and we changed to the fiber optic. We all were getting killed and stuff because, yeah, it's a real problem. I still got one. I'm gonna keep going. I need a shovel. This is a lot of gravel. I wasn't prepared for that. I just don't want to go make one. You have had that, huh? So upset when they removed the Aussie server in PlanetSide 2. I would think that it would make sense for Australia to have their own server on just about any major game, right? Because I mean, I know that we can like connect to a European server or heck an Australian server, but that's one of Hedge's problems is Hedgecraft is an EU server. So we have had issues with her with the server before. But since it was Nameless's gift, she's not going to like say, "Oh, make it American instead." They moved it to China? It would make sense. Yeah. I would not want my server based in China. Plus, it's just what? If it's anywhere near the Pacific Ocean, it's close enough? What kind of thinking is that? But PlanetSide 2 is not doing well. Cost-cutting measure. Got it. So they picked where they probably had more paying customers? That would make some sense, but still. Because it strains the server when people are coming in from further too. I know VPNs help, but not everybody's going to bother with a VPN setup just to do that. Asia at least, but reasonably sure it was China. You see, I don't think I'd want a server based out of China. But maybe. They already have such high population. Forgetting any other measures about the fact that they don't feel like intellectual property belongs to anybody but them if they touch it. I just would think it would be swamped before anybody else even accesses it. Because they'd be given primary... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about how it would work. I wouldn't either, yeah. Definitely gonna have to do something else with the brightness here. Those glowberries did more than I thought. have to go get a new shovel anyway. I'll get more spade. I'll get another shovel while I'm at it. All right, let's get another layer of light going on. I just try to keep it consistent, and then I can do something else later, but in the meantime, it does lead to a better lit space, I think. I'll just do that for now. Ads, I already promised to go on with me this weekend and help me figure that out. I'm sorry. I don't like doing that to people. I mean, I'm not against making an income, but that's not that much income, and I really don't want to harass my people. I just... Kenny, why do you always say the worst thing? Oh. And why do I keep talking to you while you say you're not there? That's another problem. That's not actually where I have those. I think I have that in the other chest. Yeah. Let's see. Nope, I don't want that gone. Why did I do that? I'll just keep those. Now I'll make some space. Even ignoring the many problems of doing business in China, just gain things, it is a back idea to make the server in Chinese. Yeah. No, I agree. But that's why I'm saying I think I just see so many logistical issues with it. Well, I'm sorry. Ping immediately went into the gutter. Yep. No, Pearlescent Moon, she's lovely. She does some beautiful, beautiful building stuff. The Chinese outpop the English speakers. She's just not always my style. I don't object to her per se. I just don't go to her as a primary, usually. Who? Pearlescent Moon, the Australian person I was talking about that has really good PvP skills, but struggled heavily when she did not have her Australian ping anymore because she realized she was adjusting for it when she was at a charity event in the US. It made sense, I promise. I could go on and on about the problems. I do feel like the vines grow faster in Java. That's nice. And I'm noticing that they don't seem to have me put the light on the berries. So maybe I experiment with not doing that. In Bedrock, if I don't light it up, it usually won't light up. Yeah. All right, where's my... I don't think I need my axe right now. I'm going to keep that one just because I'm harvesting off of it. see if that grows on its own. Yeah, we used to have really, really dear Australian friends. Well, when I was growing up, my family did. And the dad was a former rugby player. And yeah, he was a lot of fun, but he was very colorful. I'm just going to see if that grows. We'll see. So I came across things that a lot of American kids wouldn't, because they'd come visit and stay at our house. Yeah. Colorful on every level. I remember one time, because telephones, cell phones are new. And my dad was on a business trip. And my dad was on a business trip. My mom went to the store. And she came back. And this friend had decided that, well, he could afford to replace it, so he had just broken the screen door in the back and was hanging out. We had a pool at the time. Was hanging out by the side of the pool on the lounge chairs, him and his son, two of his sons, and they were just sleeping there with all their luggage. And she walks in from the grocery and she looks out and just sees like a strange man on the back porch and didn't realize at first, and she kind of screamed. And he's going, "What? Since when do I scare you?" And she's just like, "Where's your wife?" "Oh, my wife didn't come." It turned out he was taking the boys to the Super Bowl for the first time and needed to sleep over in Florida in the meantime for a couple days before he matched up with his other flight, and thought he'd hang out. But he never thought to clear that with any of us and make sure we'd even be in our home. So she's calling my dad like, "What do I do?" And he goes, "Well, we know him. Just put the three of them in the guest room, and we'll adjust." And didn't tell anyone. He never did. He just popped by and he's like, "Aren't you happy to see me? You could pop by my house anytime." And she's going, "It's Australia. We're not going to pop by your house without making sure you're in town." And he goes, "Why?" He was somebody who was used to having everything just magically be made to work out for him. But he was actually very nice, and his wife was absolutely lovely. She was so delightful. We loved her dearly. And we all knew there wasn't anything untoward, but it's very odd, and she's just like, we would never have invited a married age man with his boys to stay with us while my dad wasn't there. I'm sure the neighbors gossiped. That is something you do in grade school, not once you get into adulthood. He did all kinds of things you don't do in adulthood. He was a lot of fun, but he was used to getting his way. Usually it wasn't a big deal. It was so cute because, like, he'd go shopping with his wife. And on the one hand, that sounds like so tough and just manly, I'll have my way, grunt, grunt, whatever. But he wasn't like that at all. And he would go shopping with his wife, and he'd go, watch this. And he'd go behind her, and he would just have his hand out. "Yay, I'm being talked about. Kenny, the manly man. The manly man, fish manly man. Blub, blub." Anyway, so he would walk behind her, and he would just keep his hand held out. And we're like, "Why are you doing that?" And he goes, "Shh, shh, watch." And she was so used to him being there to catch her clothes when she wasn't interested in them after all, that she would be shopping and she'd pick something, look at it, and then as soon as she decided she didn't want it after all, she would just drop it behind her shoulder. And she just knew that he would catch it and put it away for her, and that she didn't even realize she was doing it. It was such a habit. It was the most hilarious thing on the planet. They were made for each other. That's all I'm going to say. Lovely people, but he adored her. Also, what? I mean, can you imagine just going to the store and you just dropping things casually behind your shoulder if you don't want them, and it doesn't cross your mind that that's not normal? I don't know how she got in that habit, but so help me, it was the most funniest thing. He was right. But he never teased her about it or anything. He was just always like, you know, you prefer shopping with me, honey. And she'd be like, I do. Except that's not how he said it. His language was a little more Australian colorful. Anyway. Something I'm wondering what happens if she is looking at eggs. I know, we all ask things like that, you know, we're like, what the heck? Does this happen in the grocery? It kind of did, by the way, because they always stayed with us when they were in Florida. But you know what? When people are sincere, you just, quirky is fine. I'll take quirky and sincere any day over very proper, and you never really know where you stand with those people, you know? He was a little impulsive for us sometimes. It could be culture shocky, but we had other people we knew from Australia. We knew that it wasn't just like how everybody was. That was just him. But our lives were the richer for having that friendship, you know? No wonder he had his hand ready and waiting, I know. Maybe that's how he kept up practice for the rugby, eh? Next level. It takes all kinds. They'd always fill up suitcases when they came here and take them back because they felt like the clothes were so much cheaper in the U.S. for the same stuff. I guess even then our taxes were not as severe. Onerous. Okay. Onerous works. All right, let's see. I think. Yep, this is not the layer. Did I run out of space? Nope, I got a little bit left. Oh, I was trying to get down to here. That's 3 more. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Okay, now I have. I don't know. Is lasagna in here? Boop, boop. You know, I haven't slept in a couple days. I should probably go do that. Almost done. I know, I know. It's such a grind, but it really is worth it when I'm done. Honest to goodness. And since if the wiki's right and you don't need 4 blocks around each tree to make them grow, you only need the 2 for clearance. if I do smaller trees on that level, I can get like at least 4. That would be awesome. Why sleep? Because in my very second world, maybe my first that I ever had, no, it was the second one. I spawned in a swamp, and it was just swamp and swamp for like 1,000 blocks, and I couldn't find any sheep. And so I had to make a boat and just swim and swim and swim until I found sheep. But before that happened, I had been up for 3 or 4 days, and I was like 1,500 blocks from spawn. No real supplies yet. And the phantoms got me. And I just have a very vivid memory of that. So I like to sleep every few days. What can I say? Okay, this could be problematic. How many places did I make pokey holes? Oh, I know what I did. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll just get those torches lined up. And then I'll finish this level. But if I have to, I'll do it from down below. This is not a good sign. I'm not lining up on this side of the bottom room. So I'm off here as well, which I kind of expected, but I was hoping not. That's a death trap. I need to be careful. Night. Okay, what are we saying tonight? Tonight. Whoa. All right. I'm gonna make it right tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change my down there. Yeah, this is asking for death. There we go. All right, my failure continues. I'll make it right here. Let's see. So how far off? We're off 2. That's it. I think I'm just gonna live with it. I'm just gonna live with it. I remember okay, Phil, night. Okay, Phil, I remember something funny. I don't know why he is messaging me. Something funny what? See, he does this and then he doesn't finish the joke. I think it's torture. He says it's not trolly at all. He says he just realizes it's too much information. I think if you say something's funny too many times, you have to share. The class wants to know. See, he's gonna leave us hanging. You know what? Kenny is a tease. That's what Kenny is. Kenny is a tease. You're right. I should stop yapping. We want to know what's funny. Inquiring minds want to know. You promised Knight a funny. You're gonna break his heart. He's gonna go to bed sad, weeping. He's gonna be like, I'll never know what was so funny, and now I'm sad. And it's all gonna be your fault, Kenny. I mean, he had a bad week. You teased him? Oh. The shame. The shame. Oh, I see what I did here. Because I went out further to have more of a distance here, I messed that up. I see what I did there, but still. I like having this little roof here, though. That works. I mean, Knight could be a really sensitive soul. You could be devastating him right now. Is now a bad time to tell you that when we're making it, I was questioning if you got the size correct? No, I questioned it because here's the deal. Here's why I was afraid I did it wrong. This is the staircase that I originally made, and I didn't adjust it. Hi-yo. So since this room is off, I thought this room could be off, but because I wasn't directly connecting it, I hoped. And yeah, so it's not completely square, but it's closer than not. Ah!
Nice.
You know, I'm gonna pretend like it was gravel. That's how God made it.
Okay. Anyway, I was going to let you know it's 9:20.
Thank you. I'm literally, this is it, and I'm done. Yep, absolutely devastated. Also, hi, Artaku. Yes.
Hello, Night.
She's letting me know that I have the computer too long and she needs it, and she's going to beat me up if I don't finish really, really fast. So I got to do this super fast, guys.
I'm just watching.
Well, since I somehow did my math wrong at the top, I knew this was probably going to be off, but I hoped it would be less off. But because the inherent staircase I went off of was a problem, I knew there was a good chance. Kenny was really worried about this being 2 blocks high when I first did it, so hopefully he's forgiving me now.
Okay.
That's a little more than 2 blocks. Arda, Whimsy told me I talk too much. I told you to stop telling people you're going to tell them a joke and then just leaving them hanging. That you're being a tease. That's not quite the same. All right. I'm close. I'm close. Okay, question. If I don't put a bone meal on that, those vines are growing, but will I ever get luminous berries?
Yes.
Because I thought the answer was no, but then I didn't get to one and I got a berry.
On both versions, it's a yes. They will.
But it takes so long on bedrock. So was I just lucky, or
basically it's a, I don't remember its percentage chance that it will grow with a berry.
What, you say I'm a disease, Kenny? Being a tease is not being a disease.
So technically, yes, and technically no. It won't grow on a vine without it, but a vine can grow with it. Already grown.
See, that's what I thought. I had to give it one berry and then they grow.
No. Well, I mean, the vine's growing out.
It helps.
No?
But that just seems to be growing from one planted thing. And
Yes, that's how it works. And occasionally it'll be a berry. It's like,
so I'm wasting bone meal and I could have got way more vines going. That's awesome. I still think it's good to have the light and get it going.
Yeah, they grow like 15 blocks, I think. At the longest.
Oh, there's a... Oh, I thought they just go forever.
No, I don't think so. I'm not looking at the exact number.
Alright, I might have to take like some blocks of glass and make like a between.
Like they need a certain length down, and then from there they grow. But that's why the caves, even if you've been above the cave the whole time, do not have the vines growing all the way down.
Yes, y'all get? Y'all get what?
What? Anyway, basically it's just, yeah. How?
Okay. I kind of like having this spot here, so this works for me. And then this feels fairly... And then I'll change it. I'll do something different on these spots for the lighting.
Okay. Anyway,
So-
like I said, I don't remember how long it is. It could be longer than that, but...
See, on this one, they're growing really well. But you're saying it's going to cap off at 15.
I know that
Ish.
there's a cap thing where it's like there's a low and a high. I just don't remember what they are.
See, because I was making sure that each had a starter lit berry, and I didn't get to that one, and it actually lit up. So that's why I was thinking, oh, maybe
No, it doesn't matter one way or the other.
then I am not going to keep wasting my precious...
Yeah, they grow. It has just a percentage chance
Okay.
of growing.
Alrighty. Well, here was my thing, since I have Miss Encyclopedia here.
Yeah.
So this is my passive tree farm for the tall trees.
Yeah.
But because in Java I didn't need quite as much down, I was thinking I could do shorter trees here
Okay.
and do several, like 4 blocks, four plus sets, right? Because they only need a lot less space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can grow them all right next to each other on Java.
Really?
So long as nothing will cover the top, typically.
Okay. So like I could do a line of acacia, a line of...
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool. That's useful. Because then I could have that passively growing at the same time as well.
Because it's only basically, it's because if the block is over, it covers it, but what's down is a block on Java is different than a block on that.
Okay. So I might just say like, okay, I want maybe one of each of the smaller trees. Birch, acacia. I'll play with it.
It's up to you.
I'll play with it. I'll see.
But yeah, they also grow.
Okay. I might bone meal another berry or two, but I'm pretty much done. I'm getting ready to finish off. So I should probably talk to them instead of talking to you.
Yeah.
I love you. All right, let's see here. So yeah, I wasted all that bone meal. That's really nice to know. Well, Knight, I hope you enjoyed that I messed that up. We all good here? Let's see. I'll make more whatever later. I was gonna ask why you doing that, but I let you cooked. You were gonna ask. You let me do that for 3 streams, and you were gonna ask? This is the kind of thing that makes a lady go cray-cray, I'm just saying. Good thing I'm even-tempered. Don't ask me about Minecraft. Maybe she knows what she's doing. Yeah, right. Anything I know is extremely out of date. Like I said, I never played on Java before in front of you guys, so I've got probably less than 100 hours in on Java. Just saying. And I still have to use a bunch of it because I have to make I still have to make the berry. No. I still have to make the berry to plant the original vine. But since I've got all that there now, I'm just going to be greedy now and get a whole bunch of them down here and see how we do. Since I've got some right here if I really need it. I just wanted to get a supply going. And honestly, things I know are out of date. I was surprised to find the funky chickens and stuff last time I was in, but this is how people die. It'll be nice when this isn't an automatic death trap. I hear another traitor. Arrgh. There we go. Now let me go collect the trash. Good thing bamboo scaffoldings are real. Okay, I know, but I'd have to go kill spiders. And honestly, I did just hear one, but I haven't. I'll get bamboo going in here too. I've got some nice height. I might just go sideways and do a bunch of bamboo. We'll see. But I've got, or heck, maybe I go down another layer. And that's the bamboo layer. And this is just how I get down at the bottom of the world to mine. Where am I at? 96. See, I'm so high up. I have plenty of room to go down more. I mean, it's a little cray-cray. And then, yes, I will probably do a bamboo something to get up and down, scaffolding, or maybe I'll try and get brave enough to do a water elevator or something. The thing that annoys me with the scaffolding is I'll feel like I have a good grip on what's going on, and then I barely touch it, and you fall. I fall. So dirt works better for somebody as incompetent as me. All right, I feel like that is actually a really good place. And then I want to do something to light up here. I thought of making that a lava ceiling so it'd be nice and bright, but I don't know. It might be too much. It might be too much orange if I make that lava. Blanket. You need help getting the dryer open since the handle's broken.
I don't know how to go about it, and I don't want to break it worse.
Okay, I'm finishing up. Okay, guys. Everybody needs me. I'm important. Nothing works without me. Hold on, let's get Yes, you are. Yep. Okay. Take care. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and I was just trying to really quickly put some things away. And then I am going to here, let's get that put up too while we're at it. And I can come back and start in a decent place next time. Nope, I can't sleep. So thank you for joining me. But we night don't die out there. Be we night. Well, see y'all next year. Kenny, what are you doing for the year? Are you disappearing? I'm so confused. Why are you disappearing for a year? I think he meant be well or maybe bonne nuit, but you're not going to bed probably. Since I know you're Artie's mod, you're probably getting up. Kenny's confusing me. He's very awake right now. How many streams are you on, Kenny? I'm not sure you're following this one anymore. All right, the hedge needs me. It doesn't matter. I can't chat. I will see you guys on Monday. He's confusing you too. Cool. I cannot play the numbers game. You're going to have to take it to the Discord. I'll pay it. I'll go look at the Discord in a bit. Anyway, I hope you guys have a really, really wonderful weekend. Bye, Whimsical. Thank you. Bye, Night. Bye, Kenny. Bye, Lurkers. I'll be back Monday. I'm trying to remember. I was doing something on Mondays. I'll do that again. I think my brain is done. You guys have a great weekend. Goodbye.